right, so we're moving on to chapter 11, and the first lesson in chapter 11 is focusing on properties of rational numbers. So first things first, we got to define what a rational number is. A real number that can be expressed as a quotient of two integers is called a rational number. So some examples of that are 3/4, 3, 2/4, and 1/2. Okay, those are all rational numbers. So something we need to start off by looking at is that for all integers a and b, so that would be 1, 2, 3, and all positive integers c and d, a over c is greater than b over d if and only if the multiplication of a and d is greater than the multiplication of bc. So if you cross multiply and your product on the left is greater than the product on the right, then therefore the fraction beginning was true. A over c is less than b over d if and only if the product of AD is less than the product of BC. Okay? So let's look at some examples. For number 2, we want to compare 11/5 and 2/3. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cross multiply. So we get 33 and 10. 33 is greater than 10, so then 11/5 must be greater than 2/3. Okay? Then let's look at 8. 8, our numbers got really big really fast. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite the fraction on the left, -2/14/14, as a mixed number. I end up getting -15 and 4/14, and I'm going to keep the one on the right the same. Okay. Now, since the whole numbers are the same, we just need to compare the fractions. So we're going to cross multiply the fractions. So this is 4/14 and 2/3. So we get 12 and 28. 28 is greater than 12. So that would mean that it's a smaller number, because remember with the negatives, the bigger the number is, the smaller it actually is on negatives, right? Because -1 is larger than -2. Okay, so we've got a greater than sign here. For number 10, we want to order our fractions that they give us from least to greatest. So they gave us 3/5, 5/7, and 2/9. So we're going to compare each as one. So 3/5 and 5/7, cross multiply, we get 21 and 25. 25 is the greater of the two. So 5/7 is greater than 3/5. Now let's compare 5/7 and 2/9. So if we do 5/7, 2/9, cross multiply, we get 45 and 14. 45 is greater than 14, so 5/7 is also greater than 2/9. So that means in my order, 5/7 is going to be last. The last one to check is 3/5 and 2/9. So 3/5, 2/9, cross multiply, we get 27 and 10. 27 is greater than 10, so 3/5 is greater than 2/9. So it's going to go 2/9, because that's the smallest, then 3/5, then 5/7. Let's look at 14. For 14, we've got -3/7, -5/6, -3/5, and -7/9. So let's compare the first two numbers. So we've got -3/7, -5/6, cross multiply, we get -18, -35. -18 is greater than -35, so -3/7 is greater than -5/6. Then let's compare the last two numbers. That's -3/5, -7/9, cross multiply. We get -27 and -35. -27 is larger, so -3/5 is greater than -7/9. Now let's compare the middle two fractions. So we got -5/6 and -3/5. We get -25, -18. -18 is greater than -25. So -5/6 is less than -3/5. So far, negative 5/6 has been smaller than negative 3/7 and negative 3/5. So let's see if it's actually the smallest out of all of them by comparing negative 5/6 and negative 7/9. So this is negative 45 and negative 42. 42 is greater than negative 45, so negative 5/6 is going to be my smallest one. Next, we know that negative 7/9 is smaller than negative 3/5, so we need to double check to see if negative 7/9, since negative 7/9 is smaller than negative 3/5, but larger than negative 5/6, it's going to go next. And then we need to check to see which one's larger, negative 3/5 or negative 3/7. So we'll compare those two. We get negative 15 and negative 35. Negative 15 is larger, so negative 3/7 is larger than negative 3/5. So we're going to go negative 3/5 and then negative 3/7. That's my order. Before we move on to the next examples, we need to quickly go over what the density property of rational numbers is. The density property says that between every pair of different rational numbers, there's another rational number. Essentially, it just says that there's an unlimited amount of rational numbers. Okay? So what this lets us do is, for example, if it tells us to find the number halfway between two rational numbers, we can do that. In fact, there's a formula. If it says find the number halfway between the given numbers, use the formula a plus 1/2 times quantity b minus a to solve for it, where a has to be less than b and a and b are rational numbers. Okay, so let's look at 16. We've got 7 over 11 and 3/4. So to figure out which one is smaller, instead of cross multiplying, which we can do, actually let's just cross multiply. That's easiest. So we'll get 28 and 33. 28 is smaller than 33, so 7 over 11 is smaller than 3/4. So 7/11 is my A and 3/4 is my B, and I'm going to plug it into my equation. So I've got 7/11 plus 1/2 times 3/4 minus 7/11. So I get 7/11 plus 1/2. To subtract inside my parentheses, I need to get common denominator, which is going to be 44. Okay, so that's going to be 33 minus 28 over 44. 7/11 plus 1/2 times, I think that's 5 over 44. So this is 7 over 11 plus 5 over 88. Before I add my fraction, I got to get a common denominator of 88. So this is 56 plus 5 over 88. So this is 61 over 88. Okay. For 20, we've got negative 5 1/5 and 8 2/3. Clearly, negative 5 and 1/5 is the smaller of the two numbers. So first I'm going to get these into improper fractions. So I get negative 26 over 5 and 26 over 3. So A is going to be negative 26 over 5 and B will be 26 over 3. So then negative 26 over 5 plus 1/2. 26 over 3 minus a negative 26 over 5. So this will be negative 26 over 5 plus 1/2. This ends being positive here. So we get 5 times 26 is going to be 130. And 3 times 26 is going to be 78 over 15. So we get negative 26 over 5 plus 1/2 times 208 over 15. So this will be equal to negative 26 over 5 plus 104 over 15. Common denominator is 15, so I'm going to multiply by that by 3, so we get negative 78 plus 104 over 15. So this will be 26 over 15. Since we started with a mixed fraction, we're going to end with a mixed fraction, so that's going to be 1 and 11/15. For 22 and 26, the instructions say that if x is in the set 0, 1, 2, 3, so it's either 0, 1, 2, or 3, state whether each fraction increases or decreases in value as x takes on its values in increasing order, so as it goes from 0 to 3. So in 22, we're given the expression x over 5. So what we're going to do is write a t-chart. We've got all our x values, so 0, 1, 2, 3. And then we've got the values of x over 5. So we get 0 over 5. When we plug that in, it's just going to be 0, 1/5, 2/5, and 3/5. This is increasing as we go along, right? Because 3/5 is larger than 1/5. So we have increases as our answer. For 26, again, we do our t-chart. So we've got x values and then 14 over 12 minus 3x. So this is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. When we plug in 0, we got 14 over 12 minus 0. So this is going to be 7/6. For 1, we get 14 over 12 minus 3, which is 14 over 9. For 2, we get 14 over 12 minus 6. So this is going to be 14 over 6, which is 7 over 3. And for 3, we get 14 over 12 minus 9, which is 14 over 3, and that is as slow to get. 7/6 is smaller than 14/9, which is smaller than 7/3, which is smaller than 14/3. So this increases. Now let's move on to 28. 28, we're going to use a formula very similar to what we were using in 16 and 20. It says find the number 1/4 of the way from 5/8 to 1 1/4. What we're going to do is instead of using the exact same formula, we're going to have a plus whatever rational number we have, so in this case 1/4, times b minus a. Okay, so we have 5/8 plus 1/4. B is the same thing as 5/4, so if we do improper fraction, minus 5/8. So we get 5/8 plus 1/4, common denominator in the parentheses, so that's 10 minus 5 over 8. 5/8 plus 1/4 times 5/8. So this is 5/8 plus 5 over 32. Common denominator is 32, so this is 20 over 32 plus 5 over 32, which is 25 over 32. For 30, it says find the number 3/4 of the way from 1/2 to 8/9. So 1/2 is our A, 8/9 is our B. So we have 1/2 plus the rational number they gave us that we want to find the distance of is 3/4. So this is going to be 3/4 times 8/9 minus 1/2. Get a common denominator inside the parentheses. So this becomes 16 over 18 minus 9 over 18. So this is 1/2 plus 3/4 times 7 over 18. So this is 1/2 plus 7 over 24. Common denominator is 24, so this is going to be 12 over 24 plus 7 over 24. So this is going to be 19 over 24. Lastly, let's look at 32. It says find a rational number between negative 1/6 and negative 1/4. Since it didn't specify the exact distance, we can get more than one answer. So first, let's try just with 1/2. So negative 1/6 is smaller than negative 1/4, right? So this is going to be my A, this will be my B. So I have negative 1/6 plus 1/2, negative 1/4 minus a negative 1/6. negative 1/6 plus 1/2. This becomes a plus sign inside the parentheses. So common denominator is 12. So we get negative 3 over 12 plus 2 over 12. Negative 1/6 plus 1/2 times negative 1/12. Negative 1/6 minus 1 over 24. Common denominator is 24. So we get negative 4 over 24 minus 1 over 24. So negative 5 over 24. Okay. Another possible answer is, let's try, I don't know, let's do something random. So let's say 2/6, okay? 2/5, sorry. So negative 1/6 plus 2/5, negative 1/4 plus a 1/6. So we get negative 1/6. We know that the inside is going to become negative 1/12. Negative 1/6 plus a negative 1 over 30. Common denominator is 30. So this is going to be negative 5 over 30 minus 1 over 30. So this is negative 6 over 30, which reduces to negative 2 over 10, which reduces to negative 1/5. Also, another answer. So you can get any different answer. The book is going to give you one example of an answer, and you can produce other ones. That will be okay. And that's the lesson. So homework due Friday. That's the 8th and 7th, I think, is page 510, numbers 1 through 31, odd.